Good evening, everyone. My name is Marcelinus Banu, and today I want to have a presentation about my project one of language assessment. I'm from class 335A07 with my student number is 33220073, and let's start. So, um, this is our objective for today. We have four parts. Obviously, the part one is we have the presentation and what is a C test. And for the next part is part two. We have the problem solving, and the last one is the conclusion. This is the first part, the presentation. Let's go. So, the introduction. The C test is a unique and effective tool for assessing language proficiency, developed as an improvement over the traditional closed test. It involved partially deleting every second word in passage and requires the test takers to fill in the blanks based on context. These methods evaluates both vocabulary and contextual understandings. In this guide, we'll explore its history, solving strategies, and provide practical example to help you master the C test. So, the C test is a type of language proficiency test that designed to measure a person's ability to understand and use of a language. Um, it's often used in educational settings to assess language skills in both native and non-native speakers. The concept of the C test was developed as an improvement over the closed test, in which the closed test involved deleting words from the passage at regular intervals, and the test taker must fill in the blanks. The C test, however, deletes the second half of every second word in a passage, starting from the second sentence. This method was proposed to provide a more stable and representative measure of language proficiency. How to solve the C test then? So there are a few ways to solve the C test. The first one is read the passage. We have to read the passage carefully. We have to read carefully the entire passage to understand its context and what its meaning. Next one is identify deleted words. We have to take notes of the words that are missing from the passage. The next one is the use context clues. We have to take we have to use the surroundings words and sentences to interfere the missing words. The next one is complete the words. We have to fill in the missing parts of the words based on our understandings of the context. And the last one is we have to review. We have to double check our answer to ensure we have make sense. We have make the right answer, and our answer is make sense within the context of the passage. For the next slide, we will talk about the example of the C test itself. This is the example. Example number one is the process of evol, blah blah blah, is fundamental to under blah 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 biological chang, blah blah blah. So the complete sentence is the process of evolution is fundamental to understand biological changes. Explanation number one, evolve. These words, the context suggests scientific terms related to biological processes. Evolution fits perfectly as it is well known biological concept that aligns with the theme. Second explanation, under the structure of the sentence excuse me, indicates that a verb is needed here. Understanding, not only fits grammatically but also logically complements fundamentals too, making the phrase fundamental to understanding coherent. The next explanation, Chang, blah blah blah, given the biological context and the need for a noun to complete the sentence, changes is the appropriate completion, referring to alterations or developments in biology. This is the next example. During the Indus blah 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 revolution, manufacturers were blah 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 established to manufacture blah 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 goods. Sorry. So below is the complete words. Sorry, the complete sentence. During the industrial revolutions, manufacturers were established to manufacture goods. As usual, the first explanation. In this, the phrase blah 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 revolution strongly indicates a historical event. The Industrial Revolutions is well known period that revolutionized manufacturing, making it the correct completion. Explanation number two is were blah blah blah. The context of the sentence is indicates that a verb in past tense is needed to describe what the factors did. Were fits grammatically, ensuring the sentence is complete and correct. Explanation number three. Manufa, blah blah blah. The term factories suggests that the activities related to the productions. Manufacture is logical word here, as it's directly relates to what factories do. Producing goods. Now we continue to part two, problem solving. Let's go. So before we continue to the part two, to the next part, these are the scoring guide for the C test today. We have high, medium, and low proficiency. First, we have the high and medium. The high, we have the score is 85 until 95 points, in which 90 to 95 correct. It demonstrates excellent understanding of vocabulary and context, with very few errors. Medium, it has 65 until 84 points, in which 70 until 89% correct. Shows good understanding of vocabulary and context with some errors, but generally able to restore most words correctly. And then we have the low proficiency, in which it has below 65 points, in which less than 70% correct, indicates difficulties with vocabulary and context, with many errors and incomplete restorations. Okay, this is the C test number one. You guys can read it. Then I'll give you 1 minute to continue. Okay, done. So this next is the answer. So the tropical rainforest is one of the world's most diverse ecosystems. It is home to an incredible variety of plants and animals. The dense canopy provides shelter and food for countless species. However, these rainforests are under threat from human activities such as logging and agriculture. Conservation efforts are crucial to preserve this unique environment. Scientists are working hard to understand these complex ecosystems and find ways to protect them. The loss of these rainforests would mean the loss of many species and vital resources for the planet. This is the answer. Next, the C test number two. As usual, I'm going to give you time to read the passage. Okay, done. So next is the answer. So learning a new language can be challenging yet rewarding experience. It opens up opportunities for travel, career advancement, and personal growth. Immersing oneself in the culture where the language is spoken can greatly enhance the learning process. Practice and persistence are key to achieving fluency. Many resources, such as online courses and language exchange programs, are available to aid learners. Additionally, engaging with native speakers and consuming medias in the target language can accelerate progress. Language learning not only improves communication skills, but also broadens one's perspective and understanding. So these are the answers for the C test number two before. Next, ah, this is the scoring example from the text we talk about uh, before the text number one. So the scoring example is this we have the correctly restored words. We have tropical words, diverse ecosystems, home, incredible plants, animals, canopy, shelter, countless, rainforest, threats, activities, logging, agriculture, conservations, crucial, preserve, unique, scientists, understand, ecosystems, protect, rainforest, species, vital, and planet. So that total we have 28 words. If we have partially correct words, like in this example, we have environment and working. So there are two words totally partially correct. We have so the full points uh, times by one is 28, and partial points is two times 0.5 is also is 1 point. So the total score is 29 points. And for the justification, we have the choice of text. Text one and two are tailored for intermediate English students, covering relevant topics and like environmental science and language learning. This text use appropriate vocabulary and grammar, providing an engaging and challenging assessment. Next, we have alignment with language level. Both texts suit intermediate learners, presenting a range of vocabulary and grammatical structures that match their level, making the assessment relevant and effective. Next, we have the advantage of using the C-test. We have the first one, obviously, we have the efficiency, quick and objective, easy to administer and score, ideal for large classes. Objective scoring reduce bias compared to subjective assessment like open-ended writing. Next, we have diagnostic capability, errors analysis, in which we identify specific areas and of weakness, providing detailed feedback, and adaptive difficulty can be tailored to different proficiency levels. Last, we have practicality, or in real world relevance, reflect authentic language use, making it practical for learning, reduce text anxiety, less intimidating than generating new context or multiple choice questions. So, we in the end of the objective now, we have the conclusions. So, today, we delve into various aspects of language assessment, focusing on the C-test method. We explored the definitions and relationship between linguistic concepts such as prepositions, sentence, and utterance, as well as sense, reference, and reference. We also discussed collocative meaning and provided multiple examples to illustrate these ideas. We then developed a comprehensive case study for creating a C test to assess intermediate level English students. This included selecting appropriate text, creating a scoring guide, and justifying the use of the C-test methods. We highlighted the advantage of the C-test over other assessment methods, emphasizing its holistic assessment capabilities, efficiency, diagnostic potential, and practicality. Overall, the C-test stands out as valuable tools for language proficiency assessment, providing a balance and effectiveness approach to evaluating students' skill. So that's all for the presentation and our discussion about the C test. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you.